I mean, can you notice it on the map? Can you tell this huge trough? We have energy up here, energy dropping down there, energy dropping down. I mean, it is just loaded, this thing.
So all of a sudden, things are going to get turned upside down. We're finally going to break this pattern in the southeast of fronts coming through with nothing. You know, yesterday we have a front, and it's not bringing any rain. We're going to get some action from the subtropical jet and our main jet stream.
They phase together and, you know, really get a very strong jet stream, which that could actually bring those stronger winds. So let's have a look at our jet stream winds. You can see the winds. These are the strongest winds, and that's where you look for help with the energy in the atmosphere.
So keep an eye on both pieces. So this comes in. This helps moisten up the atmosphere as well, by the way, when we get some subtropical jet action. It'll help bring in a little more moisture. But as we get you into next week, watch what happens as we get a big dip in our jet stream, or trough, as we call it.
Yeah, so here's a look at our low pressure that's coming on in late weekend. We're going to have this low pressure, but it's pretty stretched out. So we're going to feel it from border to border here with Canada and to Mexico. And we finally tap into the Gulf Stream thanks to a high pressure that's going to be over in the Atlantic.
All right, so there'll be some cold air, and that's going to limit actually the amount of snowfall we get. There'll be enough to get some snow. I think the key with this one is that there'll be warm air and there'll be moisture finally that brings rainfall into parts of the south and the northeast, actually, due to get some rain out of this,
the northeast quadrant is about to warm back up again to, you know, the 60s for
above
a lot of you.
Way above average.
So behind it, as Jen mentioned, a little bit of cold air. It does bring some cooler air all the way down to Texas. Not like freezing air, but
you'll know a front has come through for sure. And that's where we'll see the snow on that backside of the whole system, the back edge of the low pressure. But ahead of it, it'll be rain. Minneapolis, more rain than anything else. Same thing for you in Madison and Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yeah, so here's a look at the snow that's going to be coming down. Exactly how much we're going to see is very light.
Yeah. And we're looking at still next week.
I mean,
so
that is true. So as we head tomorrow all the way through Monday, some heavier snow, but again, this is nothing that's going to be extraordinary.
The rain is the bigger story, which we will have coming up.
And the warmer temperatures, I can't believe how hot it's going to get in the Northeast.
I'm so excited about the rain in our forecast in the Southeast.
Everybody is.
It's crazy.
It's all the football, and we've got those forecasts for you as well. Saturday looking pretty good weather-wise, but starting with Friday, a lot of warm weather still, a lot of southeast spots getting into the 70s. We're going to see some dry weather across the east on Saturday. All right, we've got Auburn and Alabama. That's a big game, and also Michigan and Ohio State. It will be dry. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. The wind will be about 10 miles per hour. It might be a slight wind chill out there. All right, Sunday's forecast. Rain in the middle of the country could affect travelers here, plus our big western system swinging through the southwest. Steph.
To get you there safely, we're checking travel now at just about 40 past the hour here on AMHQ. The Lone Star State, Jen, we've got rain in our forecast, but also the fog. That has been an issue. San Antonio down to a quarter-of-a mile visibility.
And look at the radar. It's kind of active out there this Friday morning. A couple of showers, a little bit of lightning. Look at that popping
up right there. Nothing severe, but when thunder roars, get indoors, right? And some of that rain could be heavy as it approaches the, the 35 corridor. 45 may be impacted as well as we travel through the afternoon and evening hours. There's Waco, yellows and reds showing up on the map. That's your heavier rain.
Yeah, just a little piece of jet stream energy coming in here, and that's going to give your radar a little bit of energy today. We'll see some showers out there, hit or miss right throughout the afternoon into the early evening. It's not going to be that widespread, but still you could have a chance of rain.
I've got some friends here in Texas saying it's humid. Too humid for this time of the year, you know?
Feeling that a lot across parts of the south. But there is cold weather out there, Steph.
You know?
I think he was talking about something else, but
The soda actually keeps you warmer either.
I don't think soda keeps you warm. I think, nice hot cup of tea. Hot water would work.
That's all you need.
Yes. All right, let's get you through the next couple of days. Weekend in view. You might be in the middle of your weekend right now. We've got some dry weather again across a good chunk of the east. Now, you see all of this in the northeast. There's not a lot of precip. Mainly up into Maine, we'll get some snow, and that's going to be the biggest deal out of what you'll see up there. Everything else very, very light and actually mild. Look at New York City, 51 degrees. So temperature's not that bad. Good weather for all the football games we got going on. Let's zoom in for a couple for you. Tuscaloosa, we've got great weather. Temperatures in the 60s as the Crimson Tide hosts the Auburn Tigers. It's going to be great for the Iron Bowl weather-wise. Can't ask for much better weather here in late November. It's going to be mild and dry. All right, let's go to Florida because we got a big matchup. I know Steph's following this one here. The Seminoles hosting the Gators, and we are going to find temperatures dropping down into the 50s into the evening. So it's rivalry weekend. Weather-wise here in Florida, looking pretty good as well. We're going to be looking at some dry conditions into Sunday, too, all across mainly the east. But middle of the country, we've got rain. So this, as folks get back out on the roads, if you want to try to time it out, we're going to be watching everything move from west to east as our system from the west moves in. Mountain snow will be an issue across Colorado and parts of Utah, crossing over there into the Pacific. Let's take a look, though, at the snowy side of things. We do have some snow out there to talk about in a couple of spots. Past 7 days, the big big winners with snowfall has been Binghamton, New York. You've had more than 27 inches. Syracuse, 25. Rochester, 15. We're going to take a break right now. And in the next couple of days, we've got Caribou and Flagstaff and Spokane coming in with some new snowfall on the way. Snow cover running about 21% right now. So we've really ramped up compared to where we were just a week ago. Coldest spot right now in the country is Alamosa, Colorado, sitting at 4 degrees. And we've got just over 300,000 people under winter weather alerts. And that's mainly in the Northwest. So we'll show you what's happening here. Winter storm warnings for the Northern Cascades in Washington, parts of Oregon as well. And it's an elevation event. So even Snoqualmie Pass right now, you are at 34 degrees and your road is bare and wet. The road surface is fine for travel right now. That will change as we get a little more cold air working on in. So expecting that on 90, temperatures drop below freezing. Right now, Stevens Pass on US 2. We do have snow and the temperature 31 degrees and the road conditions are snow-packed and slippery. So be careful travel there. We're going to be picking up quite a bit of snow actually by the end of the weekend as we get another round of active weather to come in here. Could be over 18 to 24 inches. Snoqualmie Pass, Stevens Pass, you're in it. And by this point, we're going to bring in more cold air and we are going to be looking for the risk of course, bad road conditions there. Look at Mount Rainier. I mean, coming in at just tremendous amounts of snowfall, 3 feet plus. All right, so let's take it into the next couple of days. For travel purposes, we got to watch this rain coming in all the way down today into Northern California. This next system is very energetic. It's very wet, and it's going to be pretty widespread all the way down. 5 will be wet all the way down to Southern California. Snow levels will be dropping as well into the Sierra. We're talking about down to 3,000 feet. It's going to be affecting pass level. If you're traveling here this weekend, make sure that you have your chains and traction tires. You are going to need it. Also in Colorado, too, as we pick up some new snow, we'll be watching for those tough travel conditions on parts of 70 right around the Eisenhower Tunnel. But as we track all of this, moving to the west, or moving from the west to the east, I should say, what happens next week? Now, late weekend, we're going to see our system right across the northern plains into next week. We'll see this be our story. We've talked a lot about the rain coming with this, but there will be a snowy side to it. And on the back edge of that low pressure, we're looking for some snow, North Dakota, South Dakota. Timing is Sunday night into Monday and Tuesday. Steph.